You take them from the airport and get around the city with your family and friends. But do you really know who is driving your Uber? These LA County residents say, no, you don't.
It's a public safety issue. People are getting into cars and receiving food from people that are not necessarily the people that they're supposed to be.
This man and this one, this woman and these people say they have all had their identities stolen by Uber drivers. They found out about the alleged fraud when they received a tax form like this one in the mail, reporting wages they earned with Uber. Have you ever driven for Uber?
No.
Did you ever sign up to drive for Uber?
No.
Last month, we aired a story with a couple from Woodland Hills who received a 1099 from Uber, reporting nearly $7,000, earned over 2 months last year, even though neither ever worked for a rideshare company.
You use Uber knowing that they make claims that all of the Uber drivers are background checked, criminal record checked, and you feel safe using an Uber. But apparently, you never know who's picking you up.
After our investigation aired, my inbox was flooded with emails from viewers saying the same thing happened to them. This woman wrote, I received a 1099 from Uber totaling $4,100. I have not been able to get a hold of Uber. This man's email said, I just received 1099s for $12,000 from Uber, even though I have never driven with them. A woman in Arizona saw our report and wrote, the same thing happened to my husband 2 years ago. Corey Abrams pleaded in his email, I have tried with no luck to report it, and Uber will not allow me to speak to anyone that can assist me. There is something majorly wrong here. So in other words, you felt kind of shut out?
Oh, completely shut out. I've contacted them many times. I uploaded all the documentation that they asked for in their fraudulent section of their website, which I somehow managed to find. No responses, no communication at all.
This woman asked us to conceal her face and name because she worries whoever stole her identity could pose a threat to her, as well as to Uber customers. Does this change the way you feel as a woman who uses a rideshare?
It does, because I never really thought about it before that, but the implication is that someone could have been using my name to be giving people rides.
Consumer rights attorney Todd Friedman filed a class action lawsuit against Uber in 2024 for failing to properly screen its drivers. What was Uber's response to his complaint?
Well, they filed a motion to dismiss, so the response is, we're going to fight you.
Friedman says he's been overwhelmed by a number of potential Uber fraud victims calling his office since January. How many people do you estimate you've heard from?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. And it's all the same complaint. I got a 1099. I've never driven for Uber.
Correct.
CBS News California Investigates reached out to Uber on behalf of these identity theft victims and asked the company if hundreds, if not thousands, of Uber drivers are using stolen identities to drive passengers. What is Uber doing to protect the lives and safety of the customers who are being driven by these criminals? Uber denied our request for an interview and has yet to even respond to a series of written questions that we submitted on February 23rd and again on February 25th. And it's not just a California problem.
I'm Gina Johnson, and I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
We've heard from potential fraud victims from across the U.S. who allege the same thing. Janine Beveridge of Michigan got a 1099 for her adult daughter, who has never driven for Uber.
To think that they could be criminals and they're driving us around.
We've reached out to Uber and said, what do we tell our viewers in terms of how do they know the person picking them up is who they say they are? And Uber has not answered that for us. What do you think?
It's definitely a huge concern, for sure.
Do you think you can know who's picking you up in light of what you've seen in terms of how many people have received these 1099s?
I really don't. I mean, it's based on the rate it's been happening. I don't think you can.